Coming to you live from the On Access studios in beautiful downtown Torrance, it's the Quarantine Comedy Show with special guest Dustin Chafin and musical guest Paul Corson and weekly news updates with Renee Piercy. And now, the host of the Quarantine Comedy Show, Tom Kearney.
Hey, thank you folks. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Oh, thanks. Thanks a lot. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to the Quarantine Comedy Show. I'm your host, Tom Kearney, and I am so psyched to be back. Really, I miss this. I miss you guys, you know? I don't do a lot, you know? But I miss not doing a lot. This is awesome. It's great to be back. My wife and I took a road trip. We went up north for a few weeks and saw my mother, and it was great. As soon as we get back, it's like, what the hell happened? It's everything's chaos. The president has COVID-19. What? Imagine that. And then I hear there's an asteroid heading for Earth. That is great. I'm hoping it's going to put out the fires. No, I'm not kidding. It's not a laughing matter up there. The fires are pretty bad. In fact, my mother was evacuated. Everything's fine. But yeah, it's pretty awful. We're just glad to be back, you know. Road trips, no, don't do them. Don't do them. Stay home. Just hunker down. It's not worth it. Anybody that says that like a road trip right now is relaxing and a good thing to do, they're a liar. And we always have the best intentions, you know, going into it, you know. We're going to get healthy snacks and drink clean water and breathe clear air. And it's like, and as soon as I go shopping, something happens and I can't explain it, but I suddenly become an unsupervised 9-year-old boy that has just been given $100. So now I'm all jacked up on sugar for the next 7 hours. And yeah, I don't know. Call me childish. I like to play a little game called Beat the GPS Arrival Time. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's good to do with the family. It always cracks me up when my GPS is like, in 200 feet, head due east. What? Head due east? Oh, okay. Did you say due east? Let me get my compass. Like I'm Galileo or some crap. Really? It's funny. Have you ever noticed that anybody going slower than you on the highway is a frickin' moron? And anybody going faster than you is a goddamn jackass? I love it when Suri gets involved. You know, she chimes in. She's like, in 400 feet, stop and let me out. What's with the shoe? There's always like one shoe on the side of the road. Really, one shoe? How do you do that? How do you lose a shoe on the highway? If anybody has ever lost a shoe on the highway, can you please contact me? Because I find it fascinating. I'd really like to know what the rest of your life is like. Oh my gosh, folks, we have a fantastic show for you today. Dustin Chafin out of New York is going to be here on the show. Yeah, that's right. And musical guest Paul Corson out of Las Vegas. Now here's the ticker here. He got quarantined in China. He went there for a gig, got stuck there, but he somehow hooked up with his drummer in Vegas and they put together a song for us. So it should be pretty cool. Stick around for that. But before we get started, here's our weekly news roundup with our very own Renee Piercy. Renee, what the heck is going on out there?
President Trump has tapped Judge Amy Barrett to fill the empty Supreme Court seat. He didn't elaborate on exactly where he'd be tapping her, but he did call for shorter robes. Apparently, Barrett was not Trump's original pick, but Judge Judy was busy. In Vietnam, a condom factory has been busted for washing and reselling used condoms. Gross. Authorities first became suspicious when they noticed the company's name, Sloppy Seconds. A judge has ordered Eric Trump to testify under oath in a fraud investigation. Trump tried to push the deposition until after the election, But the judge stated that there was no reason to delay his perjury. Good call. Russian President Vladimir Putin has been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. Well, that is like PETA nominating Hannibal Lecter for Vegan of the Year. Johnson & Johnson is in the final stage of clinical trials for its coronavirus vaccine. Critics worry that the company has skipped necessary safety measures, but the company promises the vaccine will kill all those that the coronavirus missed. That's reassuring. President Trump was criticized when he told supporters at a rally in Ohio that the coronavirus affects virtually nobody. Later, Trump clarified that what he meant to say was, the virus affects virtually nobody I care about. That makes more sense. NASA has outlined a plan to land the first woman on the moon. The plan costs $28 billion, but because it's a woman, it will be 30% less. Trump is unveiling a new healthcare plan in which he says everyone will be covered. Still no word on what he'll be covering us with. Best guess, dirt. A new book alleges that in 2016, Trump tried to nominate his daughter Ivanka as vice president. I'll be king, she'll be princess, it'll be fantastic. Unfortunately, the closest thing to royal blood running through Trump's veins is Burger King.
Thank you, Renee, for that weekly news roundup. All right, coming up next, a very funny comic out of New York. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Dustin Chafin.
Hey everybody, Dustin Chafin, I'm back. Very excited to be back here doing a little stand-up comedy in this very natural format. Yeah, everything is worse. I was actually in Maine for most of the summer, and now I'm back in New York City. So it was like every day I would smell a tree, and now I'm back to smelling a lot of pee. So yeah, so I'm in the city. I'm not quite ready for people yet. I think that's still freaking me out. I took my first subway ride, which wow, that's a lot. And I remember I was sitting on the subway, and a guy in a suit like got on the train, and he had no mask on. It's like, really? There's a guy with one shoe jerking off in the corner. He's wearing a mask, and you can't wear a mask? Like, come on. I was in I was in a Whole Foods, and I saw a dog with a mask. Like, you can't wear a mask. There's a, you know what I mean? There's a, seriously, I saw a lady with that dog did not look happy. That dog looked at me like, please kill me. Yeah, dogs eat their own turds. I think they can handle COVID. But yeah, so the dog with a mask, wears a stupid mask. And people are crazy about their dogs. They really are. There's a lot of emotional support dogs, which I like to call these white people owners. They own the dogs, and they make them these things that they just want to be dogs. Like, let the dogs be dogs. Let them run around the yard, pee on stuff. They shouldn't have to worry about your anxiety every time you fly JetBlue. You know what I mean? Papa Xanax, like the rest of us. It's one time I remember being on a plane. Remember those things? Those things used to fly us places. I was on a plane one time and I saw a guy with an emotional support cat. Yeah, that is sad and terrifying. Because I don't trust cats. Like, if a cat got in the cockpit, it could take down the whole plane. I'd rather have snakes on a plane than a cat. And it's just crazy. There's a guy in Florida, actually, that has, this is real, because I read it on the internet, so you know it's true, has an emotional support alligator. Like, that's a real thing. Like, somebody did paperwork to make that official. Can you imagine that? One day we have to let this guy on the plane because of some hashtag we have to get behind, let alligators fly or whatever it is. And you know, right? You lose your arm. You're like, what happened? Well, I was flying Spirit Airlines, and this dick next to me had a dinosaur, and now I'm a pirate. So wear a mask. I like wearing a mask because I don't have to dye my beard. You know what I mean? I could just cover it up. Yes, I dye everything because I want to age like a professional wrestler. That's really the goal. Dyed hair and a pill problem with a catchphrase. Woo! I got older in quarantine, which is tough. You know, I have a hard time getting older. Like I don't like it when girls call me sir, because first of all, it's Majesty. You know what I mean? Get it right. And I used to be kind of like, kind of a rock and roll guy. Like I would go to concerts and stage dive and do crazy stuff. The other day, I threw out my shoulder putting on my t-shirt too fast. So, yeah, I'm not aging well at all. I tried dating young. I said, that will make me feel younger. You know what I mean? I did this girl one time, 15 years younger than me. It was great until she started talking. And she tried to relate to me. She's like, what's your favorite movie? I said, my favorite movie's Caddyshack. She says, is that the movie where Shaq plays a genie? I'm like, please stop talking to me. All right, everybody, that's my time. Quarantine Comedy Show. Take care. See you soon.
Yes, Dustin Chafin, ladies and gentlemen. Good stuff, man. I am so glad that you are back in New York where you belong. Now, stay in your apartment. All right, folks, coming up next is our musical guest of the show this week. He's a fantastic musician out of Las Vegas. He's been quarantining in China since, I think, March. He got stuck there on a gig and couldn't get back home. But somehow he put together a song with his drummer in Vegas and him in China. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Paul Corson.
Lay in the sun, talk about the days we
coursing, ladies and gentlemen. Good stuff, man. Come home soon, all right? We need you back in Vegas, pal. All right, folks, that is our show for this week. Did you like it? Huh? Did you dig it? Well, if you did, make sure you subscribe to this channel right away. I mean it. Do it today because you do not want to miss a moment of what's coming up next. And if you like it, give it a like. Smash it. Share it with a friend. Tell the world about the Quarantine Comedy Show because we're here for you good people to get you through all this crap. All right, folks, be well, stay cool, and always, always keep laughing. For the Quarantine Comedy Show, I'm Tom Kearney. We'll see you next week.
Coming to you live from the On Access Studios in beautiful downtown Torrance, it's the Quarantine Comedy Show.
I'm rich!